Hello, Just Jax here and welcome to my channel. Today we are back with some UV resin experimenting. Last time we tried bubble wrap, a leaf, Play-Doh and what was the other one? UV, leaf, Play-Doh, there was one more. Cardboard. That was it. Mixed results. I'll try and remember to pop a link in the bottom so you can go and check that one out, or I'll link it at the end of this one so you can go and check it out if you want. Today we are going to try some different bits. Now, I've got a little plastic piece here that came from a profiterole tray. It's clean. It was clean. It will be clean. Let me get some kitchen roll. And some dried rose petals to try and insert. We're going to see if plastic works. I've got some polystyrene packaging here that I've ever so slightly, because it's hard to embed stuff into it, took a little cast of a gecko key ring. So we're going to see if that works. I have some silicone sealant that I needed to use up. Well, it's bathroom sealant. I believe it's silicone sealant, but I can't remember. It's definitely bathroom sealant. So we're going to try one as like a little cast in there, a little mould to go in, and one to try and get the inside of to see if it comes out. That one should come out because it's going to be resting on the bubble wrap, on the reverse of it, so we won't have the dimple. We'll just have the smooth. This one, I don't know. We'll see. And packaging tape. It's just brown parcel tape inside the cardboard mould. So we probably won't fill this all. We'll probably just put a little bit in the middle again like we did last time. But we'll see if that comes out. So let's just move these bits over for a second. They're to go into our, I'm going to say this is a little gingerbread man. So these are going to be our decorations for our gingerbread man. So, where did you go? There you went. Let's have a look and see which of these, if any, will work. I believe this will. I know this will come off the bubble wrap. I don't know if it's going to come away from the sealant. And I don't know about the plastic. I think this one will, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll find out. They're all going to be nice and shallow. This one will be a little bit deeper, but because it's plastic, we will be able to flip it over and get the reverse. That's what we couldn't do with the Play-Doh. So yeah, let's find out if any of these work. I think we'll pop him up there, actually. We'll keep that one there. We'll move them around as we go in. So we'll put a little splodge in there first, just as it is. We'll do a simple design, see if we can get that to come away. And we can move that one. Put that there for a second. Let's try this one next, because we can also move that one around. Then this one, because we can always also move this one around. Though I'm going to let this one sit because there's a couple of gaps in it. So leave that one there. Now this one we're going to want to stay where he is. Let's do this like this. Let's see if this works. Everywhere. Yeah, and this one we're gonna lay at the bottom. You next because you're quite curled up. I think we look like we are completely covered. So, last thing to do is try and put these in. These are super fiddly. I don't know if I can get them in my fingers. I couldn't last time. I had different pliers. Different tweezers. Try that. And that. These always might be a little wonk, but hey ho. All right. Let's see which of these works. So I'll give them all a little blast with this first. Then I'll switch to the light, the nail light. We will speed forward a little bit. And see what happens. See which of these come away. Some of them I'll be able to flip, some I won't. But that's why I've gone for really shallow, because I'm not going to be able to flip this to do the underside. If that one works, because we're all going to do a little bit of, you know, swapping about in up and coming videos. We're doing some tests with UV. And then we'll do some tests, excuse me, croaky throat. Then we'll do some tests with epoxy. Some I outright won't test with epoxy because I know it's not going to work. Like the Play-Doh, that will just melt with the heat because I use a heat mat and the epoxy just heats up naturally. So that would just melt the Play-Doh. But all the rest, the bubble wrap, leaf, the cardboard, well, you can see in the previous video what I thought of the cardboard. So we'll see. All of these options should be safe to try with epoxy resin, but we'll see. This one we'll see. If it works, we can try more complex things. I just thought I'd go for a simple, flat starting point. If the packaging tape works, I'll be curious to see if you can create a mould of such with it. It wouldn't be the smoothest mould because you're working with a flat, fair, not rigid, but not flexible like silicone moulds are. So you won't necessarily be able to get a perfectly smooth circle from it, a sphere. But you might still be able to get a really interesting result if it works. Right, I am going to line these up. Which ones can be moved? That one has some runaway, so I'm not going to move that. We will get, what can we fit under there? We can probably fit both of these under there. No, we can't. All right, well, I'll be doing these 1, 2, in 3 blasts. So let's get this underway and we will come back in a flash. All right, these have all had their blasts with the UV light. Let's have a look. See what's worked and what hasn't. So we did this one first. Let's see if this is going to come away. It is going to come away. Okay. Packaging tape works. I mean, it didn't maintain its shape, but I didn't expect it to. Okay, that works. Obviously, there's some crisscross lines where the tape crisscrosses over itself, but it does work. So packaging tape is a yes. And that's come out really clear and really shiny. Okay, so let's just leave that there for a second. That one worked. Let's have a look at this. Will this one have worked? It doesn't feel like it has. It has not. It has stuck. It has become one. Let me just do this over the bin. It has become one with the polystyrene. I'll get off as much as I can. Right. That's as much as I could get off. No, it does not come away from polystyrene. The two become one. I mean, it's an interesting effect. It's something that I could bear in mind if I wanted. I think the polystyrene could be used as an insertion of some such. It definitely can't be used to cast. We'll get a close-up of that in a moment. Let's get the remnants of the polystyrene. That's what's left of the polystyrene. Right, the silicone sealant. That can probably get done on the back because it's bled through. So I'm just going to let that blast on the back for a second while we check out the rest. So this one, like I say, we know it's going to come away from the bubble wrap. That is also sticky on the back, so we're going to slip that under there for a second. That can get cooked up too. Right, the plastic. Will it come away from the plastic? It does not feel like it's going to come away from the plastic. We might have to destroy this in the process, trying to get it out. Because I don't think I can get it to pop out. So let's cut it and see if it'll come out. Oh, it will. Okay, it will. It's just because it expands ever so slightly. Yeah, that came away from the plastic fine. There's bubbles, but I expected there to be bubbles because I didn't... what I should have done if I didn't want there to be any bubbles, bear in mind these are tests, so I wasn't wholly fussed about bubbles in the tests, was to put them in one leaf at a time, set it, or one petal at a time, sorry, set it, and also give it a blast with some heat. But that has come out really well, so as you can hear. So plastic is an option. Plastic does work. This was just a piece of plastic from, like say, a profiterole case. So that actually worked. So yeah, these two work. This one does not. Will the sealant? We'll find out. I'm just going to let that... Alright, that's no longer sticky. So let's see if we can get... Will that come away? I don't think it will. I think they have become one. So this couldn't have been silicone sealant then. This is just sealant, and it is definitely not coming away from that. So that doesn't work. I mean, it works if you want the sealant to be part of the finished piece. It doesn't work if you want to take the sealant away. So that doesn't work. I'm not expecting this to work then. No. That is not coming out for love nor money. Or is it? I don't think it is. I'm going to give it just a little bit more of a test. I think it's just heated up the sealant and fused ever so slightly. Will it come out? No. It's much like the polystyrene. It's fused to it. So let's just get a close-up on all of these so you can see what I can see. Right. The packaging tape, that came out really easy. And that's come out, come over here, really clear. So that works. Packaging tape can work, but you can, I think you can see, if I get it in the right place, yeah, the lines where the packaging tape laid over itself. But that's okay, that's something you can bear in mind when you're using it. So for small projects, the packaging tape will be really good because you can just use it in one strip and you'll have no lines. But that's come out really cool. I'm impressed. So packaging tape is a yes. The plastic, even though I think if you're using it again, if you're using it flat as something to work off of, it'll come out no problem at all. And if you have a little dome like this and you only want, use it once, it will come out. You'll just have to cut it out a little bit, release it. But yeah, check that out. That came out really well. It's really shiny. Again, the bits where you can see it, it's really clear. That's come out really well. Like I say, there's bubbles on the underside because that's not the Vida Rosa UV resin, and that's not courtesy of the mould, that's courtesy of me. But yeah, that has come out really well. We got a leaf poking out, but it is totally covered in resin, so it's not a leaf. I keep calling it a leaf, a petal. That's come out really well. I'm impressed, and you can smooth off the edges. This side is absolutely perfect because it's, I don't know if you can see it, but this was, before I destroyed it, a nice smooth curved mould. Yeah, you can see how shiny it is. So plastic also works. Packaging tape works, plastic works. We know bubble wrap works. Polystyrene does not work. This is the reverse. You can just about see a faint outline of what was the gecko head and the eye. Now it's left a nice mark. I like that it's left a bit of an ocean wave kind of vibe to it. So there's room, I think there is a use for it, but it's not a mould. It's definitely not a mould. Polystyrene, as you can see, I had to completely destroy it to take it out. The bit where it ran over, that I'm not even going to bother trying to pull that off. So yeah, that did not work. Like I say, it might have other uses, but it definitely doesn't have use as a mould. And as for the two sealant options, they do not work. That is not coming away. He is stuck there now with an eternal shocked look on his face. But that is not coming away. No matter how much I try and pry it, it's just going to bend and eventually break. So yeah, if you want the I'm just going to call it bathroom sealant because it's obviously not silicone. Otherwise it would have come away. Oh, excuse me, we know that. But yeah, if you want your bathroom sealant to be part of your design, working off bubble wrap or packaging tape or even silicone, a silicone mat, it will work as part of your design. It won't work if you want to use it as a mould. Same for this. This was one where I tried gambling that this one was going to actually work and come away to see if we could make a mould, but as you can see, if I can do this one-handed, it's just become one. You can just about see in there where I've managed to pull the corner up a little bit. It has just become one. There we go. With the sealant. It's not coming out of there. It leaked through a little bit, but that's not going to prevent you from pulling out. If it was going to come away, it would come away. But it is not coming out of there without a fight. And without white from the sealant stuck. So yeah, let's put these on the wins and the losses side. In fact, we'll move the bubble wrap for a moment. Losses and wins. So yeah, packaging tape works, plastic works, polystyrene packaging does not work, bathroom sealant does not work. And that is our test for the day. I'm enjoying this. Win or lose, when you're testing something, that's the beauty of it. You don't know what's going to come out. I didn't know. I was quite confident with the packaging tape from what I read. I wasn't too sure about the plastic. I did not know at all about the bathroom sealant. And I did not know about the polystyrene. So this is all things, this is going to go to a bigger picture in the end. We know we can utilise plastic. So we can always use that. Even if you cut the plastic to a certain mould and use something else to edge it, maybe like the packaging tape, you could probably make any shape mould you like to a degree. This bathroom sealant, if you want that, again, if you want that to be part of your design, perfect. If you don't bother with it, don't touch it, don't use it, don't waste your time. Same for the polystyrene. I think it's going to have its uses, the polystyrene packaging. I think it will have its uses for a design. Like if you want that to be, like if you did a flat layer, use that to make a design with, set it, ripped it out, and then put another layer of resin over the top. I think that could have its uses for creating texture and, like I say, creating a design. So I'm not, as far as a mould goes, no, don't bother. As far as an insert or a texture as part of a design within layers, I think that's going to have its uses. I think I will use that at some point. So yeah, that's our experiment for the day. I hope you've enjoyed this and taken some things away from it, giving you some ideas and some options if you don't have silicone moulds. I will test these things so you don't have to, unless you want to. It is fun. Do have an experiment, do have a play. If you can afford to have a play and you don't mind sacrificing a bit of your UV resin every now and again, do it, have a play. Let us know if you've had any success with other different objects, different surfaces, different materials. Yeah, in the comments, let me know, because I'm curious. And if you have any suggestions of things you'd like me to try that you don't know yourself, as long as I can get my hands on it, I will give it a go and pop another video up and show you how your request went. So yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and checking me and my channel out. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this. I have. I'm loving this. And I'm so grateful for everyone who has checked me out, watched a video, commented, liked, subscribed. You're all amazing. And on that, like if you like what you see, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you really like what you see and you want to see more and know when it's coming. Thank you all again so much, and see you in the next one.